authority website essentials in today's webinar. Just that so we'll start from the website basics. Just wanted to. So there's a lot to cover. I'll be a little bit brief in covering everything, but I'll give you all the essentials so that I don't overwhelm you a lot. So let's start from. So these are the 7 things we'll cover today. So number 1 is the website basics. What are the essential things? What are the basic things? Basic foundation for your website. Number 2 is you wanna know what are the important pages that you should have on your website. And number 3 is the positioning. So how important is the positioning, and what language should you use in your website to resonate with your audience. Then I will be covering a little bit about list building and some security essentials that are important for your sorry, it's just running around. I'm sorry. There you go. So yeah, so let's start with and also we'll see some conversion optimization in essentials. So how can you convert leads into clients, and visitors into leads, and leads into clients. So let's start with the website basics. So the most important thing is that your site should load within a 3-second period. If your site takes more than 3 seconds to load, you're losing out on clients. Every 1 minute that every 1 second over the 3 seconds will give you at least 10% less visitors, because people will just close it off and go away. So that's one very important thing. So you have to choose a very good hosting provider. Then you should have a proper page structure, and you should have smaller sized images. It's just some people just dump the highest quality image that they have and then put it on the front page, and it loads. It takes a hell lot to load it. So another thing is that you need to reduce the number of plugins that you need, that you use in your website, because as many plugins as you add, the slower your website becomes. And another thing is a minimum add-ons. So whatever add-ons, whatever themes that you use, or whatever, it should be minimal. Don't mess your site with a lot of plugins and unnecessary things. And CDN is something that is a bit advanced, where you can actually have use a faster image hosting provider. So some of the web hosts offer this. So if you're really scaling up and going really high, then you need a CDN. So number 2 is your sitemap and design. So usually the point is that most of the people, they just hire a designer and then get a fluffy website. It's looking super cool, this animation, that animation and stuff. But that's not what the website is for. The website is for generating leads and getting your message across. So the point is that you need to have a site map and a design which is like guiding them, taking them, and it's like showing your house around for a visitor. So you just need to structure your site so that they can explore on their own. So that's what I mean about design. I'll dig into it a little bit further. And the next one is that it should be mobile responsive. If you're not mobile responsive, you're losing out on a lot of customers, because most of the people today are using mobile phones to access. So if you don't use the mobile responsive website, then you're losing out on those customers. And another thing is that Google will rank you higher if you have a mobile responsive site. So whoever has a mobile responsive site gets more preference over the others. And the last one is SEO. SEO is pretty blown up. Like a lot of people talk about SEO. It is not that you can use SEO to get a top ranking right now. It's the old techniques don't work. The techniques keep changing, and the results take about more than 6 months for you to get to the first page. Or I mean, at the least, it should take at least 3 months to reach the front page. But you should have the basics of SEO in your website. If you don't have the basics, then you lose out on the chance to get listed on Google. So let me show you what I mean about design. So let me show you some top players. Neil Patel. So you see that. So he's like, when you visit his site, it's just so organized. He just says Neil Patel, the advanced customer acquisition webinar. So he just is pitching one thing, the webinar. So and the three processes I've used to build 4 multi-million-dollar businesses, free bonus, and all those things. So he's just right away pitching you something, and the thing is that you see the design. It's really guided. You don't have any clickable buttons here. You don't have fancy animations or whatever. So here's what I'm going to show you. And then he says 1, 2, 3. So see, your eye just goes from here and then here like this, and um, then yeah, just like this. And then you have one action point. So that's the landing, and that's the important thing about landing page. There should be only one action point for a landing page. Shouldn't have many. So his links are at the bottom. See this? And let me show you Michael Hyatt. He's doing the same thing. Shows you um, a simple message on top, and then he says one, or get my free guide, right? Yes, send it now, and then you get a pop-up. And then see, it's really guided again. So you just read this, and then you read this, you read this. There's no fancy sidebars or whatever. No pop-ups yet. And he says, okay, these are the things that I help with: reaching my potential, becoming more productive, building a team, and all those things. And see, this is one of his best content, right? And then he has testimonials all there. Finally, links are at the bottom. Let me show you another guy. He has about over 700,000 email subscribers. I think somebody, yeah. So he has multiple $1 million businesses. So the popular platform called the AppSumo is his creation, and he's number 30 at Facebook. So he knew the early stages of Facebook, how they grew and stuff. So here, if you see that, he's also giving you a huge welcome message, and then he allows you to subscribe, get access to 85% of my business, best business hacks. So and this is another guy who has about more than 100,000 subscribers in his email list, and he teaches people how to build their list. Right. So his intention is that one more email subscribers just to catch attention, and jumpstart email class. Right. So you just click it and you subscribe. There you are. Right. And he also says that 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 things I help you with. Content over here, and then he says, okay, get the formulas. So, and the links are at the bottom. Do you get a sense of it? So most of the people are following a pattern, which these are industry leaders. They are following the same pattern, which means there's something in the pattern, right? That's what I meant about having a structure. So I just briefly generalized the pattern. So usually it is like this. So there is a welcome mat. So welcome mat like um, this. We are sharing everything that works and doesn't as we grow our 1 million in revenue. I join thousands of entrepreneurs and get weekly articles. So this is one thing. This is the welcome mat. So you can see the welcome mat in Neil Patel. You can see it in Michael Hyatt. You can see it in Noah Kagan. You can see it in Brian Harris, and a lot more people out there are using the same pattern. And then they show some social proof or credentials over here. So if you see Neil Patel, so no, Patel doesn't have. So here, if you see here, he's showing off his credentials, right? He's appeared in Wall Street Journal, New York Times, everywhere, right? So this guy, he has appeared in ESPN and Moz and all those websites. Another guy is Mixergy. See that? What are you looking for? So they just start engaging. So these are sites that are like so popular in the internet among the business community, right? So that's the website basics. And I want to share you that what most of the developers and designers don't share with you: security, the importance of security. Um, that's right. So security. You know, 2 years back, Singapore Prime Minister's WordPress blog was hacked, uh, and that's when they added more security measures. So, the important thing about your website is that, say, you have a launch coming up, and then you have competitors, and then they just try to smash your website down. So, I mean, this was yesterday. I read the news about Uber competing in India. So there is this competitor called Ola Cabs in India. So they were saying, they were spreading rumors about Uber that the app is not working and asking the drivers to turn it off. So these are stuff that competitors, some sleazy competitors do stuff. So one of the things they do is that they attack your website and bring it down while you have a huge launch or something coming up. So to avoid that, you cannot control the competitors, but you can definitely control your website. So number one you should implement is login security. If there are more than certain attempts of wrong passwords, you should disable the login, and then you should you can go back and enable that, because this is called there's something called brute force attack. So if you have brute force, so BRUTE force, so brute force attack is something that they just randomly enter the passwords and try to log in, and somehow one of the password works, and they get access to it. So that's one of the things. And another thing is that you install some cheap plugins that are available for free. What happens is that they have some kind of scam code inside, and then you just expose your website to the plugin creator, or you just make it vulnerable for hackers to come in and modify your site. And another thing is that getting a cheap hosting. If you get a cheap hosting, then that's also going to mess up, because the you get what you pay for. So you better get a very good hosting. There are like super good hosting providers. I'll send you the list of recommended hosting providers on the checklist that I'll send you after the webinar. So and another thing is that updates should be installed frequently. So if you have a WordPress which is like 2.3, then now it's 4.3. So if you're still using the old one, then your website is exposed. It's easy for a hacker to hack it out. So it's very important that you keep your website up to date. And premium themes as well, like just like plugins, you should have premium themes. And the last one is SSL. So SSL is the security symbol that you see here. You see that? So this connection is secure. So you um, having a SSL means that your site is more secure, and you will not allow any hacker to attempt to break your website. It makes it pretty secure. So, and another thing is that Google gives you a higher rank if you have SSL installed in your website. It's a new change that they brought to the Google algorithm. So it's pretty important right now. All right, so security is done. Let's go to conversion optimization. How can you convert leads into, how can you convert your visitors into leads and leads to clients? So for having better conversions, you need three things, right? Number one is you need landing pages, you need funnels, and you need retargeting. So what is a landing page? Landing page is has one particular goal. It is either to give them a free PDF download, or it is to give them a newsletter subscription. So or anything else, like usually it is these two, right? Uh, it has only one goal, not more than a goal, right? And then there will be no other links for them to go from one place to another. So it's just its intent is to either get the email address or to make them buy something. It's pretty focused. And funnels is something, I think, looking at the attendees, I know that all of you know about funnels. So funnels is about step by step raking up the price. So you start from a $7 product and you go for a $97 product, and from there you go for $1,000 product or a $5,000 coaching system, right? So anything. So that's funnel. So how two usually used funnels for coaches is that you can offer a book funnel. If you can offer your book for free and just ask them to cover the shipping. So most of us have reluctance in doing that because you say that the book costs more than the shipping cost. Well, you are actually generating leads, and generating leads costs you money. Either way, some way it is going to cost you money. You either run a Facebook ad, or you just you're just running a Facebook ad, or you just spend on the web developer or designer or whatever. So usually a cost for a lead is always there, right? It is your back end which makes you money. So what I'm saying here is that your front end costs, as long as it is less than the back end cost, you can run with this. It could be that you're just sending them or something over post, like long back when I one of the guys, they sent me a 6 DVD pack with their best content on it. So it's just a bait they are giving. So the point is that when people get something physically, they build a better connection with you, and then they go and buy more stuff from you because they got something physically. While everyone is giving away PDFs, you have sent something physically. So this is a very good thing to do, the free book and shipping funnel. And people like Tony Robbins and Russell Brunson, they are using it like hell. They launched their books to New York Times bestseller list and stuff using the book funnel. So this is an important thing that you need to think about. Front end costs should be less than back end costs. As long as it is there, front end cost can be higher than the front end, back end revenue, back end profit, I can say profit. So if your front end profit is less than the front end cost, it's fine, because they are going to buy something in the back end to to make up the costs, right? So it could be something like a Tripwire offer. So Tripwire is something that you give away something for free, and you sell a $7 product in the second step. So that's like so Tripwire works like this. So Tripwire is that you give away a free PDF, and then you ask them to um, buy $7 product. If your ad spend over here is about ad spend for one lead is $3. Say it's for the argument's sake, let's keep it as $2, and you have a 30% conversion over here, or over here. If you have a 30% conversion, then which means that you make for every 3 people, you've made one sale. So which means that you spent $6 and you got $7 in revenue. So you got a $1 profit out of the three people who landed on your site, right? So that's the whole thing. Like you have to structure your backend in such ways. So you can also offer like a 97 buy $97 product. It will just it'll just become a machine which generates leads for you. So this is a good thing about funnels. And retargeting. So retargeting is you need to I read it from a I mean I actually got a snippet from a book which was written in 1898. So they wrote it about follow-ups. People don't buy at the first meeting. They just need to trust you and believe in you for them to buy something from you. So they said in the book that it takes 20 touch points for someone to buy something from you. So how can you become so engaged with them that you have 20 touch points? So you can actually use Facebook groups, which is very popular today. So you just add your leads to the Facebook group and you keep posting stuff for them, interesting stuff like real content, maybe from your blog or just directly on Facebook. You know, when you do that, it really engages them. So you're actually adding up one of the 20 touch points, right? So that's one way. Another way is that with your email list. So when somebody comes to your site and they give their email address and they just download something, you can actually keep following up with them and then give them more and more content, more and more valuable content. So the point is that it is I think it's scientific advertising, the book's name. So they actually laid it out like that. If you have 20 touch points, then people are going to buy, right? And the pixels is something that is used for retargeting, Facebook pixels, and there are other providers as well. Google also provides pixels for you to retarget people. So what happens with the pixel is that it tags people. So if I'm visiting Ricky's website, it just tags me that Ahmed is interested in Ricky's website. And what happens is that once you have about 20 people in visiting the site, you can actually go back to them and pitch them something. So for example, somebody downloaded, let's go back to the funnel. So somebody downloaded the PDF but didn't buy the $7 product. You can specifically go to that person and say that, oh, you didn't buy the $7 product. Here's the link to buy it again. I think you missed it. So that's one way to retarget. Or you can actually, the person who bought the $7 product and didn't buy the $97 product, you can actually go back to them and say, oh, you bought the $7 product, but you didn't buy the $97 product. Here are the benefits, and click here to buy it. So this is the power of retargeting. It's working really well, and it doesn't cost a lot. The traditional advertising will cost a lot, but retargeting is very cheap, like 20 to 30 cents for a click. That's super cheap, because usually the clicks will cost you about $1 each. So when you retarget, because people know you better already, and then you're actually targeting a small set of audience whom you already know, the costs are very less. So that's retargeting. All right. So these are the ways for you to use your website, your authority blog, to convert leads into clients, or visitors into leads, right? So you put up landing pages and link it up from your blog post, or you link the funnels from your blog post, or you retarget people to with content. These are ways for you to convert leads into visitors into leads and leads into clients. So another important thing is that when you send them through a funnel like the Tripwire funnel, you are qualifying the lead. You person who downloads a free product is completely different from a person who bought a $7 product, and the person who bought a $97 product is completely different from a $7 product. A person who bought a $7 product. So you need to so you can actually segment them in a way that you speak to the $97 product person in a completely different way from the person who bought a free PDF, because you can actually ring up the phone to talk to this guy because he's so engaged with you. He trusts you more. This lady who bought the $7 product, she trusts you a little bit, right? I mean, at least for a $7, I mean, she spent with you. So a buyer is a buyer is a buyer. I always say this: a buyer is a buyer is a buyer. So if they bought a $7 product, they are most likely to buy a $97 product. If they bought a $97 product, they are most likely to buy a $500 product. If they are a $500 product, they are most likely to buy a $1,000 or a high ticket item like maybe 10,000 as well, right? Russell Brunson is actually driving people to his Ignite program, which costs 15,000 plus, just by using the book funnel, giving the book away and collecting the leads from there. That's where he is starting the funnel and driving them to the $15,000 product. See that, um, see the value of funnels. And important thing is positioning. So if you don't have the proper positioning mentioned in your website, you might have it in your target profile document, but if you're not mentioning in your website, nobody's going to understand what you're doing for people, right? So you have to be clear about saying what is the problem that you solve, who is the target audience, and what is your solution. If you have to be very clear about it. So if you see here, Neil Patel says, okay, I'll give you a 3-step process that I used to build four multi-million dollar businesses. And this guy here says, make more time for what matters most. So I download my free guide and discover how to shave 10 hours off your work week. So he specifically targets people who are working, and he gives a solution of shaving 10 hours off, right? And so the problem is inherent inside, right? So the problem is completely overwhelmed. See that? So these people are communicating their problem, solution, and the target audience just with this one message, the welcome message. Right, you'll learn how exactly how I started 2 multi-million dollar businesses, grew a 700,000 plus email list, and where to find best tacos in the world. So he's just a taco guy. If you go to his website, you can, instead of 5 stars, there will be 5 tacos. So it's his way of you see that, powered by tacos. See, there's a taco popping up. Anyway, so he's really a funny guy. So this guy is want more email subscribers. That's the solution. Um, he doesn't talk about the problem, but anyway, it's inherent, right? Like, you don't have email subscribers, that's the problem, and anybody can have an email list. So his target audience is pretty wide, right? I mean, anybody. I mean, he's like at least making $1 million this year, but the point is that when he started, he only targeted the startup people, the people who wanted to launch their own products. So and right now he's like pretty wide, but it's fine. Like, it's that's how business works. You start with a small target audience, fulfill them, and get get their feedback and grow big. So that's what he's doing. Back to this, the positioning is important, and then the last two things are, one is the traffic booster. We didn't talk about the list builder as well. All right, so important pages, it's pretty basic. So So you need to have a blog page, you need to have a media page, you need to have a contact page, you need to have a resources page, a password protected member area, or just shielded member area. Just they can only see the resources after entering their email address. Right? So this is one way to build your list as well. And you need to really show the results and testimonials that you have. You need to have an about me page. You need to have an events page. You need to have the contact page should show your email address or should have a form to send an email to you. That's better. I would prefer to have a form to send an email with you, because if you expose your email address, then some guys are going to spam you. So it's better to have a contact form instead of an email address directly. And a media press contact page, so you can actually allow media people to get in touch with you, and also showcase your media articles and your appearance on TV, or your appearance on. And the blog. So this is one thing I promised in my previous Facebook messages. So how can you create content and generate leads from the content? So here are the ways. Number one is that you need to be where your audience is, or like you need to if your audience is the fish, then you need to find the pond, right? The ponds are in different places. One is Google. Easiest way is Google, and the next one is Quora, and then the next one is Facebook groups, right? There are multiple Facebook groups which may be in your target audience demographic and serving your target audience. All you need to do is that you need to go there and gain some intelligence from there, right? So you need to understand what questions are they asking, what are they speaking about, what are they concerned about, what are their problems. You need to get that down. And once you have those problems, what you do is that you can actually go and research further on the Google Keyword Planner. So Google Keyword Planner is I'll show you later. And then there is Headline Generator. I'll share all these resources on the checklist and the resources document. So you can actually use the Headline Generator to find something that the question that they asked, and the Headline Generator will give you some example headlines that you can use, which are really attractive, um, more conversion optimized and stuff. And another way to research is Keyword Planner. So once you know that, okay, for example, what I do is that I help coaches and consultants with their technology needs. So what I can do is that my keyword is coaches. So I have to talk everything about what coaches need and what trainers need and what consultants need. So I can just go to Google Keyword Planner. Just Keyword Planner there. You need to have an AdWords login in order to have this. So if you search for new keywords, you just go here and then you just enter coaches, trainers. I click get ideas. Bike trainers and women trainers, national coaching, sports coaching, coaches association. So you don't know what you will come across, right? So you can actually see, okay, coaching association is a monthly search of this much. So how you find the best is click on the average monthly searches. The most searched is men's trainers, right? So life coach is 36,000. right? So you can actually go inside Life Coach and see Life Coach credentials and Life Coach. These are people searching for different things. Like people are searching Life Coach for 27 times every month in the United States. So that's what I chose as the default option, right? So so what gives you is that if you dig further, um, um, if you dig further, you'll get more ideas here. What are people searching for? And you can actually form content around that. So there's something called, I'm just looking for an example to show you. This doesn't have much. Um, and another easiest way is to, how to overcome fear, stress, stage fright, anxiety, depression, shyness, fear. These are things that people are searching for. So if you want to just come up with some content, you just go and type, okay, how to overcome fear, and then just write a 500-word post. Go and post it on Facebook. That's it. It's an epic content because this is a top searched thing on Google, which means that many people are searching for it, right? And to develop your content, if you need some pointers, you can actually look at the first five results, and then come up with your own, and then you just go and post it. That's how easy it is to prepare content. Don't hold you back. If you just go here and see, I just give how to overcome fear over here. Anxiety, so you get all the different things. See that? So you get anxiety, how to fight anxiety, how to stop panic attacks, how to overcome whatever, right? So inside, if you go, the the most the most specifically targeted article that you can write is the longest keyword. Okay, so if you see this is pretty long, right? Relaxation techniques for panic attacks. That's a very specific article you can write, right? How to manage panic attacks. This is a very specific thing because there are only 40 people searching it, but these 40 people will be like, they really have this problem. Somebody who's saying how to overcome fear, and somebody who's saying that how can I find relaxation techniques, is completely different. I heard your voice is fading off and on. Is it better now, or is it still bad? Goodness. um how is it now? Okay, good. So why did I lose you? Why did I lose you? Okay, did you get the thing about finding the longest keyword? And okay, good. So I'm able to follow about 20% of your words before were lost. Oh goodness. Sorry about that. Do you have any specific question, Ricky? Anything that you didn't understand? You can just type it in the questions box. Okay, cool. So I'll go back to where I was. So so the thing is that this is a very vague thing. Fear of, or fear of failure, fear of success, or fear of whatever, right? Fear of snakes or anything, can be anything. So this is pretty vague stuff. But when you search on Google Keyword Planner, you'll get specific stuff that you can talk about. So dealing with anxiety, how to deal with anxiety attacks. This is very specific. How to deal with stress and anxiety. So these are specific things. So this is how you can come up with epic content, epic content. Like people will really engage with your content, right? And when you're saying that, you're actually you're actually building your authority, and people trust you more because it's coming from your mouth. But all you do is actually, I'm not giving you the a way to fool your audience, but it is just delivering value in your own way, because you'll have your own way, and you'll have your own way to deliver something. You'll have your own way to explain stuff, the your and the essence of, like Noah Kagan is about tacos. You can actually talk about, in your own style, your style. Nobody can duplicate that, your style, right? So it's really writing it in your own way, right? So these are just idea generation stuff. So you just go here and then look at some articles, and then you get an idea. Go, I mean, even easier than typing is to get your iPhone and then go to notes or whatever, and then start transcribing it. Click on your keyboard and mic, and then just start saying it. It just types. And yeah, so back to our presentation. So that's audience intel and keyword planner. And then the skyscraper technique. What is a skyscraper technique? You have to use a BuzzSumo to get the skyscraper technique. This is a popular popular thing among the leaders. Even Neil Patel does this. When he writes an article, he never writes it from the scratch. He doesn't come with a new article idea. He just goes, say for example, let's see one of his recent articles, future of SEO. All right, so future of SEO, he's just talking about this. What he does is that he goes to buzzsumo.com and future of SEO. What BuzzSumo gives you is that it'll give you, see that? Moz has written a future of SEO 2015 ranking factors. And this is the most shared article in this area. 5,700 shares, right? 845 on Facebook, 3.1 on K on Twitter, and a lot of things. So what he said that he does is that he just goes over here, picks up the top article, reads through it. It will already be about 1,200 word article or whatever, like a long form article. What he does is that he looks at it, sees where he could add value, and just adds the value, and then just posts it. Yes, Ricky, it is possible. It is possible for you to use your iPhone to speak and type. It is pretty cool. Like, you can just go to the notes, and when you see the keyboard, there is a mic button. So when you click that, you can actually say something and it'll type it out. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so skyscraper is like looking at an existing article which is very popular over here. See that? This is the most popular thing. So for example, if you want to write about, we came up with anxiety attacks, right? So let's see, understanding anxiety attacks or teenage anxiety attacks. So see that it's very specific content idea, right? So you just go here in BuzzSumo, type it. Oh, there is not much sharing in this. So let's see, anxiety attacks. There, see, 40,000 shares. Watch at your own risk. A YouTube video which is really popular. And there is big riddle, panic attacks and anxiety disorders associated with iron and vitamin B6 insufficiency. So a lot of see this. These are content ideas. These are content that is already working for your audience. All you need to do is that go here, look at it, see see what is written, see how you can add more value to it, write your own way, post it. See that? So that's how easy it is to prepare content. Back to my presentation there. So that's the skyscraper technique using BuzzSumo, right? And then repurpose. This is the most important thing that you need to do. You know, you just prepare a blog post, or you just post it on Facebook and then you just forget it. Don't do that. Keep that content, take it, and take it and repurpose it into a video, into an infographic, into there are more hundreds of ways. Like I posted it earlier. I will give you in the resources sheet different ways to come up with resources. um, and yeah, that brings us to the end of the content creation techniques. I have another 8 minutes to go. So pages are done. Traffic boosters and list builders. These are pretty cool. I wanted to save the best for the last. So, so how can you boost traffic? You can. There are a lot of ways to boost traffic. So if you see, Noah Kagan actually owns a company called SumoMe. It's the most used plugin around the world. So what it gives you is that it gives you a list builder. So it gives you pop-ups like this that you can use on your blog post. So when somebody scrolls through and reads about 70% of the article, you can actually pop up saying that, you see. So we learn how to double your traffic. We'll only send you 4 images. If you can't convince you, no one can. So see that. So it's just they won't show the pop-up immediately, but they'll take a while. So there are some settings that you can adjust to show it after a while, right? So and you can do A/B testing and stuff in the pro version, right? So the free version is good enough for you to start with. So it's just a matter of adding this plugin to your WordPress. And the list the traffic builder, what I mean is that get 20% more traffic with the share. When they say 20% more, it's based on statistics. They as I said, they are the top used plugin around the world. So you would have seen this pop up in a lot of websites. It's just allowing people to easily share your article with somebody. So that's when you will come on top of BuzzSumo and stuff. So let's, to prove my point, I'll just go to BuzzSumo, and then let's see the top article on anxiety, right? See this? They've kept it so easy for you to share the content. Tweet, share, share. So the point is that you should actually keep it very easy for people to share your content, so that they don't have to go to Facebook, copy and paste the URL and stuff. It's easy for them to share. If Ricky has a question, oh sorry, I missed that. Ricky, can you type it again? um so the important thing is about sharing buttons. You need to have these sharing buttons like this. See, 90, it shows 95 shares and stuff. You can click on it, just directly goes to Facebook and shares it. So when you remove the friction, then people will share it often, and easy. It's easy for them to share. Leave the page and back to. And there are other ways for you to build. There are other ways for you to build your traffic. So one way Neil Patel uses is he actually blocks a little bit. See this? If you go all the way below, he shares epic content freely. Couldn't find an example, but the point is that it's called pay with a like. So what you do is that you actually put some content which is necessary. Um, you can still use our current website. Just get the plugins right. Yes, you can. Like his colors, red and white. Yes, he's really cool. So what you can do is that you can use some plugin like Pay with a Like, and actually see this, share this page to unlock your free download of our single cool things. So you can actually give a free download, but you will get an email address or ask them to share it on social media before they download it. This is a way to build your traffic. So when they share it, their friends come and visit, and then when they come, they share it more. That's how content goes viral. Another important thing is guest posts. Initially, when you build up your blog, you won't have that much audience, in your blog. So what you do is that you go to other people who serve your same target audience and go and post epic content there, right? The content that you come up with in using the ways that I outlined earlier, you can actually come up with such content and then ask people whether I can share it in your blog. And you can find some guides online how to do guest posts and stuff. It's not a big deal, but it takes a little bit of work, but it pays off really well, because once you go there and share it, then you can say that, okay, I have this as a checklist in my website, and then you ask them to visit your website. When they come there, what you do, you collect their email address, and then you keep sharing your story and build a connection with them. And PR news, there is a website called Haro. That's another way for you to build your list. So Haro help a reporter out. That's the website. So if you go there and register on different, you can actually choose different topics. In those, and they keep sending you some stuff over there about those topics. So people, you may even appear on New York Times. Who knows? So even New York Times needs some content. They go to Haro and then post it there. So you can actually register as I'm a source or I'm a journalist. I think I should generate as a journalist. I think it's a source. Yeah, right. So the point is that journalists come to this website and then they request that I need content on this area. So one example is that I can show you. See this. General queries. They'll say looking for 20-something women who enjoy cosplay during intercourse. So what is Section 8 housing, K beauty, engagements, and all those things. So so these are content that journalists are looking for. So all you do is that you click on that, and then you send your pitch to this guy, and if he likes it, he features you on New York Times or whatever. Right? It's so simple. So you see this New York Post, media outlet, Fundrise, Costco connection. Easy and simple. Right. So back to content. There we go. Traffic boosters are done. And list builder. So for list building, you need to have content upgrades that, like I showed you. pay with like and stuff, you can actually use some plugins to get their email address before you show some content upgrades. This is being used by a lot of people. Like if you go to copywriting course and then you see this is a content, and finally he says this is an upgrade, like content upgrade. You can just download this. When you click that, you'll get an email address to give, and then you can download it. These are stuff that works seriously. And what else? And drip content. So okay, drip content is something like an autoresponder series. It can be a soap opera sequence, or anything. It builds connection with your audience, so it's really good. And the welcome mat, we saw, we looked at it. So welcome mat is something something like this or this. These are welcome mats. And then, or like this is a welcome mat that comes with SumoMe plugin, so you can actually install that and then, you know, then show this content. So that's all. Yeah. So locked content, I talked about it. Slide in pop-ups. You saw slide in pop-up appear when I was in the copywriting course, right? See that? This didn't come up when I was on the top, but when I slowly went down, this appeared. Right. So it's another way to build your email list in a non-intrusive way. So some people will not like to have a welcome message like you saw over here. You know, it was covering the whole page and the content, right? So if you're really reluctant to do that, then you can use a non-intrusive way like this to show the pop-up only when you scroll down. Awesome. So we have come to the end of it. Any questions? I know I have overrun about 4 minutes, but I can stay about 6 minutes to answer some questions. Thank you, Ricky. Comprehensive walkthrough. You dream about what? Thanks, TV. So starting from what? So many ideas to implement. Dream about a New York Times writer. Oh, you don't have to dream. It's so easy. It's next door. First step, get a welcome mat. Yes. First step you can do is that go to SumoMe and register an account. You'll get a piece of code which you can directly install on it, and you can actually get in touch with me via bit. qntt.tv. So helpful. So this is my call booking link. All you need to do is that go and book a link. I can help you with anything you want. So if you need some more ideas, then I can give you that. Dave, will you be sharing the recording? Yes, I will definitely share with you. It will be up for about 2 days, so you can rewatch it, because I'm gonna repackage this into a product, as I mentioned. So I won't be keeping it up for a long time. If you can view it, and this is sent to all. So I just sent my link. If you have any questions, then you can go here and book a call with me. I can help you guide through anything. Um, where is your booking link? I sent you, Ricky. Um, what else? I do offer technology support for people. So that I had been offering some support for people in Fast Track. Um, it's if you I have some packages for you to build out whatever I talked about completely, like the whole stuff, whatever I talked about. It is I use premium plugins and offer you support. So if you want to know more about that, you can book a call and see if it is a right fit for you. All right. um, I have a few clients on the call as well. So you guys are gonna get it anyway. So you don't have to worry about it. All the things will be implemented for you, and you're getting more than what I have delivered here, and you guys know that. So for others, if you want to talk to me about any queries or any technology needs or any technical questions that you have, you can just post it on Fast Track group or private message me or just book a call, 30-minute call. No obligation. I won't sell you anything. I'm not that kind of guy. Just 30 minutes and then I'll just ask you to sign up with me. I don't do that. So my only goal is to be helpful. All right. Okay. Awesome. So I'm ending this webinar now. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. Hope you gained a lot of stuff from my webinar. You're welcome. You're welcome, Stevie, and you're welcome, Ricky. Adeline, see you. Bye.